as a composer, deep listening is really the most important thing that you can do. The notes know where they want to go if you just listen to them closely enough. Sometimes I would write something and push the notes in one direction and they wouldn't want to go there. I'd try and try and try, and no matter, it was like I came up against a stone wall. When it was right, it was like, ooh, I got goosebumps when that particular moment happened. It's really very fascinating how a certain group of notes will jump off the page, and another group of notes is like, they just sit there and there's nothing you can do with them. And I don't know why. That's the mystery of it. And people say, well, where do you get your inspiration from? I don't know. It comes. And when you get that, then you say thank you, and then you take that material, and that's where the craft of the composer comes in. This is still this? Mm-hmm. Have we had this? No, we haven't heard the bassoon yet, right? Back to this.
The eye wall is the specific area when you cross, a hurricane has the eye of the hurricane. When you cross from the eye into the hurricane and vice versa, that specific area where you go from nothing to the hurricane is called the eye wall. And it's the most strong area of the hurricane.
And what is interesting about that is you're in a safe little oasis, mm-hmm. surrounded by danger. So that's a very dramatic situation. Have you heard this perform?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a live performance that we're hearing? Oh, great. Well, let's listen. No, not yet. That's it. Mm-hmm. Got it. Well, first of all, I didn't hear a lot of this. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear the difference between the tremolo and the clarinet. It doesn't seem to make a lot of difference between pianissimo and forte if it's just air. I mean, how loud can that be? From what I get from just this little fragment of the score is that the drama of it is in the danger. Suggestion that the idea of the possibility of the hurricane, the fear of being in the middle of this and the fear of the hurricane might be almost more dramatic than the hurricane itself. How do I take that material and expand it? How do I make a variations on it? How do I find out what that material is? Or in your case here, you're setting up a wonderful dramatic situation. I think it's a great idea. Let's go on a little more because I think that was a very successful moment. Mannaggia la miseria. Electronics, don't we love it? Just suggestion to all of you, I don't know when your writing time is, but for me, my writing time is first thing in the morning. I like to start fresh, and I like to set aside a certain number of hours in the morning where I won't be distracted. I'm terrible though, because I'll look at my cell phone and see what the disaster of the day is. But it's much better if you don't do that, and you just have that moment of deep concentration and deep listening and get to know your material. I see where the hurricane comes in. That is incredibly effective. I wouldn't know it from looking at the score though, because it doesn't indicate, even though as you say, acoustically if you play it over and over you're going to get a crescendo. Would it hurt to write a crescendo in?
Probably not.
How much freedom and how much specificness. Now, it's fine to have, John Cage, to have a score where it's completely open. That can be wonderful too. But it depends on, your own personal taste and how much freedom you're willing to give people and how much you want the individual artist to participate. You think of a composer like Rachmaninoff, and his music lasts. We don't ask when was he born, when was he died. That's not important. It's music that has substance to it, and his own personality. He was honest with his own emotions. And I think that's very important for each of us is, it's very easy to fall into the trap of doing what is of the moment, the style of the moment, 12-tone, minimalism. It's very easy to say, well, I want to be successful as a composer, so I am going to write in this style because then my music is going to get performed. Well, that may be true, but then where are you? Where is your personality? So, maybe your personality is such that says, I am a minimalist, this is the way I express myself, but then you do it for a different reason. You do it because that's who you are.